Good morning. Yes, from the pillbox. Yes, broadcast from the pillbox. Oh, somebody will say Lindy Page. In joke for somebody who might know that one. Anyway, Tommy Robinson yesterday and his defence yesterday, which was rather fascinating. Um, One of the things that Sun Tzu, I mean the old, the old, everybody quotes Sun Tzu, but I think one thing that the British establishment has done, and they haven't stuck to Sun Tzu. In fact, they've underestimated their enemy. They underestimated their enemy. Never underestimate your enemy, Sun Tzu. Basically, his defence yesterday was absolutely cock on. Him and a judge in a room, basically. That's because the judge was, he was the prosecutor as well as the judge. So Tommy did a really good job. He didn't take lawyers in with him. He just read his statement out or gave them his statement. And what his statement basically said was no case to answer on all counts. And he provided evidence to support this. Now, the judge basically couldn't, I mean, because there was evidence to prove that Tommy was innocent, he had two choices. All he had to, he could have thrown it out and said no case to answer. But instead he chose to kick the can down the road because he's probably not got a pair of bollocks big enough to sort of, deal with that. And there's probably quite a bit of the establishment that are jumping up and down on him. So he's gone to the Attorney General. Now, the Attorney General, he's passed it on to the Attorney General. He's basically said, oh, this is above my pay grade. I can't cope with this. You have it. And so he's gone down to the Attorney General now, who is basically the law, where the law meets the government, really. He can basically, he's got access to 10 Downing Street and sort of like cabinet offices and things like that. And so he's going to have the ear of the cowards in the government, in the cabinet. Now, one thing Tommy did a long time ago, which when Theresa May was Home Secretary, he visited her at her home, and he took it to her home, and about these, the rape cases and everything like that. And Theresa May is a coward, an utter coward, and so she basically has had a vendetta out against Tommy Robinson, and I think you'll find it a lot of what's gone on with him recently. And you want to know who's pulling the strings. I think she's got hold of a few strings, and she's given him a bloody good yank. You know, you know. And it's one thing about the establishment, the British establishment, the British government, the British establishment government. They don't talk about it much. They don't hide it. They don't sort of bring it up a lot. Sort of. But when the truth is, they actually hate the working class. The working class are despised by the ruling classes in Britain, and that's basically Tommy is a working class. He's a Wat Tyler, not since the Peasants' Revolt. I mean, look how they treated us in the Peasants' Revolt, yeah. And so what do? They call us names, we're racists, they create the laws to chain us well, and the clergy dazzle us with heaven, or they damn us into hell. We shall not worship this God they serve, the God of greed who feeds the rich while poor men starve. It's not one. But yeah, they absolutely hate it, and Tommy's standing up for the working class, so they basically want to knock him down. And they've underestimated him so badly. They've underestimated him, and they were overconfident in. They thought he'd crumble and everything like that. But he's made a sterner stuff than that, and we will see what happens when the Attorney General. Nobody can pre-guess this. Nobody can, think. The fat lady hasn't sung yet, but I think she might be in the wings. I don't know. I think they might actually try another tack. I think if they find that they can't win on this tack, they're going to try another tack with Tommy. So even if they do kick this out, I don't think it's all going to be over for him. But anyway, stay cool. And it's all right to be working class. It's all right to be, we're all right. We're not that bad. We're quite a good lot of people, actually. And, and as they say in that Tommy Atkins thing, like, Tommy over there, Tommy go away. But when a war comes along, oh Tommy, won't you stay? You know, and get killed for us and fight and die for us. Because that's all we're really good for. We're good for running the factories or fighting and dying. We haven't got the factories anymore, like, you know. And we're at the war. So what? I mean, basically, the proletariats are now free. You know, we don't have to work because there ain't no bloody jobs or anything like that. Like, you know, and not for, you know, they just, I mean, they just don't want us really, you know. But I think it's time we sort of like had a go and stood up and be counted, like Tommy, you know. And he's not a villain. I know they want to make him into be a pantomime type villain, but he's not. He's just a normal bloke, yeah. And there's nothing wrong with being a normal bloke now and again. Peace.